Yo, what's up, guys? It's the L7C bringing you another L7C Vault Duel. We are using the God deck, playing against Ave Master. So let's just hop right into the game. We get to go first. You want to go first with the God deck. Establish your board. And right now the hand's not too promising. So we're actually going to set Marshmallow, set Wabaku, activate Terraforming, get the Mound of the Bound Creator. Kind of gives away what we're playing, which sucks. Activate Mound of the Bound Creator, then end turn. So we're going to be waiting to see what our opponent is playing today. I set activates Poison of the Old Man. Chooses to gain the 1200 life points. Activate. If we want to activate anything, we're like, nah, we're cool on that. So that doesn't give away what he's playing, which usually the first card of a person's deck, what they play, typically gives away what they're playing. Then they end turn. We draw a Metal Reflect Slime, which is okay. Then we set Morphing Jar. And then we're just going to casually wait and see what is going to happen. So, end phase. Waiting for the opponent. Looks like they have something they can chain. So we're going to see. They draw. Standby. Main phase. Still trying to figure out what they're playing. We still don't know. So we're still casually waiting to see what they are doing. Still waiting for the opponent. And I think they just ended turn and we're just like, no, we don't want to activate anything right now. We draw Obelisk. So we're like, finally, we have a God card. So what we do here is we activate Metal Reflect Slime. Waiting for the opponent. Looks like they still have something. I'll click that. Then we go into Egyptian God Slime. In attack mode. Then we summon Obelisk, the Tormentor. Tribute only using this card only because it can count for 3 tributes. Boom. Then we also... we go into battle phase. Waiting for the opponent. We attack with Obelisk. No, we don't activate anything. And then they flip over Return of the Normal, I believe. So they can special summon some monsters onto the field. So they special summon a Karibo and another Karibo. So we attack the OG Karibo. They lose 1,000 because of Mound of the Bound Creator. And then we flip Morphing Jar, do Morphing Jar's effect, discard the whole hand, draw 5 cards. He gets to draw 5 cards. And set the Solemn Strike, set another Metal Reflect Slime. We do not play card advance, and then we end turn. Then we are waiting to see what they are going to do. We're in a pretty good spot. We have the Millennium Revelation in hand too, so we can discard Raw, get a monster reborn, and then that time we'd be able to special summon Raw. So alright. So they link off, I believe, to Link Karibo. Yep. Link Karibo. If we're gonna activate anything, we're just like, nah, not right now. So we are seeing what they are going to do next. Another Poison of the Old Man. So it seems like the only cards they've been running is Poison of the Old Man and Karibo cards. So nothing too scary at the moment, but you never want to underestimate anybody's deck. So we draw Spear Mode. So the goal would be, then we activate Card Advance, which we pick 5. rearrange any of these 5 in any order. We pick Crackdown, Ancient Chant, that. Activate Revelation, do its effect. We want to get the Monster Reborn. And then we get the Monster Reborn. And then we could have done another God Slime sacrifice for Spearmo so that we can get a raw 4K attack, but we did not do that there. So we kind of missed an opportunity, and then we're there looking over our Metal Reflect Slime. So Link Karibo does his effect. We're like, nope. Nope. So then we attack with Obelisk for a 4K directly. Had a Karibo in hand, a la Yugi Battle City, and then end turn. Still trying to see how he's going to get out of this situation with an Obelisk, Amount of the Bound Creator on the field. And he's been defending with his Karibos, which I full-heartedly respect. But he's going to have to attack us or deck us out to win. It's asking if we want to activate anything. We set up the Solemns. We're like, nope. We pick the OG Karibo. And we wait to see what is happening. We're waiting to see what they are going to do next. It's always this waiting game that's just always so tough. Then they bring the regular OG Karibo back. And then we're still waiting to see what they're going to do. They can obviously tag out, get Link Karibo from the grave. But that wouldn't help them too much in this situation. So we're just still wondering what they're going to do here. And they're waiting for a bit, which is always the sucky part too, because the waiting is just being patient. Then they summon Junk Karibo. I'm like, what is happening? So it's obviously it's a Karibo deck, because it's the only monsters he summoned, except for that. Summons number 13. And we're like, okay, I'm just reading it, what it does. I'm like, no, it's not a threat to Obelisk right now. You got a God card out there, man. You gotta do something. Which also with the God cards, Obelisk and Slifer are getting some quick plays. That was recently announced about a week or so ago from this recording. And they're getting a 3 tribute quick play, which Raw can use too. So that card's going to be sweet. But with those 3 new God cards, they're all quick play spell cards, which I think is one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! But there's not a way to search them. So I don't know if Konami is going to make a card that you can search out any spell or trap that lists. Oh yeah, and this is funny too. He tried to Mirror Force a God card. He tried to Mirror Force Obelisk with Mount of the Bound Creator, which protects him. So if you just think about the Yugi and Kaiba versus Lumis and Umbra the first time, not the long duel, but when they just met him in the street, and Kaiba summoned Obelisk, and they tried to Mirror Force him, and Obelisk punched right through Mirror Force. That's exactly what just happened there, which is freaking hilarious. But back to the quick play cards that are coming out for the gods. They're good cards. It's just how are you going to get to them? I don't know if Konami's going to make a card that searches traps or spells that list Obelisk the Tormentor, Slifer the Sky Dragon, the Winged Dragon of Ra. That would be the best, because then that's going to be a 3 of if they have a searcher card like that in any God card deck. Because with the gods, I mean, in the anime, they're the strongest cards. There's a reason there was a whole arc built around them in Battle City, and it's the favorite arc of majority of Yu-Gi-Oh players. And obviously their effects they're different than what they were in the anime to real life, they were virtually almost unstoppable. Especially Raw. Raw was the one who got the biggest nerf, but now has some cards. But Raw was literally unstoppable in the anime. So if you're going to have God cards, you want to make them godly. And I know the biggest thing was searching out the God cards, which is still a problem. Raw you could search out because Raw got some support from the Merrick stuff, but you can't search Obelisk and Slifer too easily unless the Mount of the Bound Creator gets destroyed. So they need a way to search out the monsters, a way to search out spells and traps, and a way to get them out quickly. With that quick play that you can tribute your opponent's field, that is dirty because you can do it on your opponent's turn. If they get 3 monsters, boom, tribute for a God card, and that'll probably make people quit. But what cards would you want to get made? Would you want a 1 monster that when normal or special summon, you can add a Obelisk, Slifer, or Raw to the hand from the hand, deck, or grave? Or would they need their own monster reborn where you could special summon a God card from the grave, ignoring its summoning conditions, and it doesn't go back to the grave? Because for those who don't know, Raw can't even be normally monster reborn unless you use Millennium Revelation. And Obelisk and Slifer can only be special summoned from the grave for 1 turn. So if you can get a card that lets them stay after being special summoned, and then you'll be going some things. So they definitely need some searching, and that's obviously the biggest thing with most Yu-Gi-Oh decks. But if you can get the gods some searching and make it easier for them to be summoned, then you could see some things, because then you can throw in the good traps, hand traps, and then you might have a deck that can really do things. I just love the gods. I mean, obviously, I'm an old school Yu-Gi-Oh player, so Battle City is my favorite arc, so seeing them get some support is great, but you just want the support to be better, because you remember the anime, they were unstoppable. Summoning Link Karibo again. This guy is really running out of options in his Karibo deck. He hasn't been able to do any damage towards me. And with Karibo decks, since there's so many light and darks, you need to run chaos monsters. Like, you need to do it. He could have easily had a BLS, a Chaos Emperor Dragon, Chaos Sorcerer, Chaos Dragon Legionnaire. You could have had all that stuff by now. And that might not have changed his outcome, but it would have been better. I do Obelisk Effect Tribute to blow up everything on his side of the field. Can you imagine if they made an Obelisk card that lets him get Infinity Attack like the anime? That'd be crazy. So he does his effect. I'm just like, no. Both monsters are gone. Going to battle. And then he quits. Gods on top.